for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. I wish I could stay here and cherish hearts in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
Hello friends, this is Schrient and it's time for more Fire Emblem Three Houses. I thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and looky here, I just got the Sword of the Creator. This mysterious blade unleashes its true power in Schrient's hands, extending to reach distant enemies. The weapon's durability is restored by 5 each time Schrient chooses rest on her day off. Oh wow. I gotta start using swords.
As all of you have committed a breach of faith, the Archbishop will now pass judgment.
Inciting a kingdom noble to rebel, unlawful entry, the attempted assassination of the Archbishop, an attack on the Holy Mausoleum. It is unnecessary to go on, followers of the Western Church.
What? We have nothing to do with the Western Church.
You have already been identified. Please spare us your second-rate theater.
Dishonoring a holy ceremony is worthy of death for a member of the Church. You are well past the hope of redemption. If you have any grace remaining, you will willingly offer your life as atonement for this crime.
No, this isn't what we were told would happen. We've been deceived!
It's no use arguing. Whatever your excuse, the punishment stands. May your souls find peace as they return to the goddess.
Wait, please! The goddess would never forgive you for our execution!
Monster. We know you've already slaughtered many of our fellow brethren like this.
This concludes the investigation. Please remove these poor lost souls from my sight.
Rhea's tough.
I suppose that's that. The assassination attempt, the attack on the Holy Mausoleum. Looks like it was all a plot by the Western Church. It's just too bad that that masked knight who was leading the attack got away. Vanished without a trace.
But why would the Western Church want to attack Lady Rhea?
Why? Take your pick of reasons. Relations with the Western Church aren't exactly friendly.
Who is this Western Church you speak of, Claude? Explain, please.
Oh, that's right. Gerald mentioned that you grew up completely isolated from the church. The Church of Seiros is split into a few different branches across Fodlan. The central church is headquartered right here at Garrick Mach. Then there's the Western Church. Far west from Castle Gaspar, where Lord Lonato had his little rebellion, is the fortress city of Aryan Road. It's the strongest fortress in the kingdom. On the other side of it is the headquarters of the Western Church.
Not too smart to bicker with people who worship the same goddess as you.
The bishop of the Western Church must be pretty ambitious. Probably hopes to split off completely. In which case, he'd need to weaken the Central Church's influence. Killing Rhea is certainly one way to do that. To the shock of no one, I hear the knights have been sent to subdue the leaders of the Western Church. We'll probably get a chance to assist.
You're an odd one, aren't you, Professor? How'd you make it this far in life without ever interacting with the church? I can't believe someone like you exists in Fodlan. It's too strange.
If you think that's weird, consider the fact that Rhea hired Teach despite all that.
So those guys they caught, they all got the axe, right? That's brutal.
Lady Rhea can be rather intimidating at times. In fact, she can be downright terrifying. Professor, those who cannot be saved must be delivered to the goddess for judgment. Is that not so?
There you are, Professor. It seems Lady Rhea would like a word with you. Come with me.
The Archbishop lives. Not that I had ever placed much faith in those swine from the Western Church.
I have news, both good and bad. The remains of Seiros were not in a tomb. However, something else was. The Sword of the Creator.
Wait. You wanted the remains of Seros? That's what you wanted from that tomb? Ugh, you wanted dead body parts. But Sword of Creator was there. Much better. Much better. And it's the Red Masked Man again. Fun.
Ah, the weapon wielded by that thief, the King of Liberation.
Thief? Huh. At any rate, it is now in the hands of the Academy's new professor. I doubt you will be surprised to hear that the crest stone had already been removed from the sword when it was found.
As expected. It would be foolish to keep both in the same location.
There's more. The professor was able to awaken the sword's true power. Even without the crest stone, the sword glowed red. The professor's crest is compatible. There is no mistaking it.
Absurd. Using a relic without its crest stone should be impossible. The King of Liberation's bloodline should not even...
They must be allowed to keep it, for now. I do not have enough information about the professor to act. As for your request, I assent. The Death Knight is at your command. Use him well.
Good. I believe I will enjoy this a great deal.
He must be leader of the Western Church, I'm guessing.
I cannot thank you enough for defeating those invaders in the Holy Mausoleum, and especially for protecting the Sword of the Creator. That sword is one of the hero's relics, and the most precious artifact in the Church's possession. It is also a weapon of terrifying power. For now, I will entrust the sword to you. Please, use it wisely.
Lady Rhea, wait! Do you truly mean to give the Sword of the Creator to this stranger? Surely it is not the sort of thing one hands over so readily, even to someone who has the ability to wield it. If someone like Nemesis were to appear again, all of Vodland would be consumed by war.
Who was this Nemesis? I remember a dream about him. Enlighten me, please. Tell me the info.
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He is an ancient king of mankind who was defeated by Seros over 1,000 years ago. When Fodlan was attacked by wicked gods, it is said that the goddess gifted Nemesis with the Sword of the Creator. Nemesis used that sword to defeat the wicked gods, saving all of Fodlan. Henceforth, he was dubbed the King of Liberation. However, his power began to corrupt him until he himself turned to the darkness. Saint Seros was forced to destroy him. Lady Rhea, I beg you to reconsider. Given a little more time, we could more accurately assess this stranger's abilities.
No. I have faith, Seteth. Faith that our friend here will not be corrupted by wickedness. Since the death of Nemesis, none have been able to wield the Sword of the Creator. Now, after all those long years of being sealed away, it has returned and found a new master.
I understand. As you wish, Lady Rhea. There you have it, Professor. See that you do not betray the trust the Archbishop has seen fit to bestow upon you.
The Sword of the Creator? The King of Liberation? Each tale is more confusing than the last.
I agree, so this is a bit confusing. So, we saw, what was it, Seros? In her dream? Fighting the King of Liberation, is that what happened? Interesting.
And I really can't read that Rhea at all. That sword is clearly precious. So why is she so keen to gift the thing to you?
It certainly is strange, or the sword chose me. I'll say the sword chose me.
Is that a fact?
No.
I feel as though we have become entangled in a mystery. And there is one more thing that has been plaguing me. The Sword of the Creator. It somehow feels distinct from other relics we have seen. Such as the one that... Oh goodness, what was her name?
Catherine! Catherine?
Yes, her. The Sword of the Creator is different from her Thunderbrand in one key way. It bears a hole, where something should have been, but is no more. I despise not knowing what is going on. It frightens me. And yet, I place my trust in you. I must. Whatever comes to pass, please swear to cut a path that is your own.
The Sword of the Creator, pulled right from the legends. I finally found it, and yet it ended up in Teach's hands.
Whoa, 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 you finally found it. You were looking for that? Oh, Claude, what are you up to? What are you up to, Claude?
Could I even use it anyway? Damn it. There's no telling what's to come.
What in the world of Claude? So much is going on in this game already. A new chapter, a new month.
Part 1. White Clouds. Verdant Rain Moon. Tower of Black Winds. The ceaseless rains that satiate the verdant landscape of Fodlan are accompanied by fierce winds and mighty roars of thunder. This abundance of rain, sparkling as it...
I like how the picture goes. It's quite nice. But oh my gosh, Claude, what are you doing? I really want to find out what he's up to. Why did he come to the academy in the first place? I've got to start using that sword now. There are new places to explore in the monastery. Ooh, received a lot of money from the church. Thank yous. I needed it. I needed that money.
I have a new mission for you, Professor. I would like for you to take your students into Kingdom territory to eliminate some thieves.
They stole a hero's relic from House Gautier of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, the Lance of Ruin. Their leader's name is Miklan. He is apparently a disowned son of House Gautier.
Why must the church eliminate him?
This skirmish involves a holy relic, and is therefore more than a single noble is capable of resolving. The hero's relics are immensely powerful weapons. We must meet this threat with adequate force. Unfortunately, most of the Knights of Seiros are away from the monastery, purging the apostates of the Western Church. So we are entrusting you with this mission. After all, you wield the Sword of the Creator, which is more than capable of opposing any relic.
The Sword of the Creator is a powerful weapon well beyond the other relics. You have nothing to fear. However, to ensure that no harm comes to the students, we will also send the monastery's most skilled individuals to aid you.
I must remind you that you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner befitting the wielder of that holy sword. Also, you should know that Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. That is all.
Hey, Teach. I gotta say, I never would have guessed you were a descendant of the King of Liberation. You didn't forget, did you? That story I told you about a relic that could cut a mountain in half? That relic was the Sword of the Creator, the very same used by Nemesis, the King of Liberation.
I don't think I'm his descendant. What are you talking about? I don't know what to say.
Don't be coy, Teach. The Sword of the Creator could only be wielded by Nemesis. If you can use it too, that can only mean you have that bloodline's crest.
I don't really get it.
Fine, keep your secrets. But just so you know, I don't understand isn't gonna cut it here at the monastery. Speaking of, Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. He probably wants to examine your crest with those crazy instruments of his. Actually, sounds amusing. Maybe I'll tag along.
If it isn't my little Claude, what has you so worked up?
Judith? What are you doing here?
That's Lady Judith to you, boy. I told you, until you're in charge, I expect you to address me with all due respect. Anyway, I'm here to retrieve you. Duke Regan's condition has taken a turn for the worse.
Are you saying the old man's on his deathbed?
No, it's not that bad. But in the state he's in, he won't be able to participate in the next roundtable conference. He wants you to go in his stead. I volunteered to play the messenger.
Wow, thanks for that. Oh, and Teach, this is Judith, also known as the hero of House Dathnal.
So you're little Claude's teacher, are you? How much trouble has he been giving you?
Oh, so much trouble. Nice to meet you, Judith. Lenny.
If her nickname didn't give it away, you should know that Judith, Lady Judith, is the leader of the famous House Dathnal of the Leicester Alliance. She used to be a big deal at the roundtable conferences, but it seems of late she's been reduced to a mere...
You had better shut that mouth before I put my boot in it, you tactless nuisance. Now come on, let's get going. Sorry, Professor, but I need to borrow the boy for a bit.
I suppose we'll have to finish our chat later. Sorry, Teach. But don't you worry, I'll be back in time for our next mission. All right, Judith, let's get going.
It's Lady... I suppose you are the active leader for the time being. Fair enough, boy. Fair enough.
Good of you to come, Professor. I've heard much about you lately.
I'm sure you have. You want to study my crest like crazy, don't you?
Specifically, that you are able to awaken the sword of the Creator's power. Thusly, it seems the true nature of your crest has been uncovered. I had, of course, seen your crest before. However, at first, I failed to recognize its true nature. Eventually, it dawned on me that what is visible is perhaps merely a small part of a greater whole. In other words, your crest is too significant to be detected when using normal instruments. After this discovery, I began researching crests that might fit that description, which allowed for a temporary hypothesis. However, I could not be certain. The crest my conclusions led me to was far too unusual. A crest thought to have disappeared from this world in the millennium since the fall of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The crest of flames. That is what you possess.
I like that name, the Crest of Flames.
Your ability to wield the sword of the Creator has unequivocally proven my hypothesis. A legendary power, dormant since time immemorial and now resurrected. There can be no doubt that this ancient power resides within you.
Okay. My character doesn't seem to really care too much. Like, that's fine. Let's host a tea party for Manuela. Oh, Manuela, cool. Have some angelic tea.
Thank you for your invitation. To what do I owe this surprise?
Well, it's your birthday. No other choice. Let's offer some tea.
Thank you. Smells lovely. Yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess someone's age. The view from the bridge. You're doing great work.
That's right. Huh?
A dinner invitation? Oh, she liked it all. Good.
Am I that terrible of a woman? So I'm a little unkempt. What of it?
Sigh. Admonish. Sip tea.
No.
Oh well. I could have got perfect.
Thanks for the treat. Come by the infirmary anytime you need anything. I'll be waiting, Professor.
I tried. I'm not sure what to say. I guess I could have admonished her for that. Might have been angry though. What's today? Ah, Claude is back already. Let's go say hi.
Hey, Teach, hold on a minute, okay? I'm gonna have this cleared up in no time.
Need some help?
Nah, that's okay. I'll be finished soon. I'm just in the middle of mixing up a new poison.
What?
And done.
What?
What do you think of that, Teach? A colorless, odorless poison. Say, care to test it out for me?
What does it do?
In 2 days' time, you'll have a terrible case of, let's call it stomach trouble. It's a peaceful poison, so you'll live, but you'll certainly be inconvenienced. I hear your silent question, Teach. Why the delay? That's so it can be used even if you don't have access to the target when you need the poison to take effect. Naturally, I have no immediate plans for this stuff. I suppose I just felt like broadening the old horizons a bit. When devising schemes, it's best to have as many options at your disposal as possible. Expanding those options is kind of a hobby for me.
Yeah, why such a dangerous hobby, Claude? Why do you want to poison people?
Well, I grew up in an environment where it was necessary to think that way. It's like I told you before, I wasn't born into a life of luxury. Ever since I was a child, I've always been seen as different from those around me. An outsider of sorts. I've been resented and hated. There have even been attempts on my life. I don't believe I've earned such treatment, but that's how it goes for people like me.
Aw, Claude. I don't think you're an outsider. You're an amazing person.
Thanks, Teach. You know, in many ways, I'm just a normal person like everyone else. But in the right environment, anyone could be seen as an outsider. It can become overwhelming. And that's why I kept running, kept fighting. As a kid, I spent a lot of time licking my wounds and coming up with schemes, trying to keep my nose out of trouble while plotting against my enemies. My parents always told me I wouldn't grow stronger if I didn't learn to fight my own battles. And so in the end, I did. And I grew up to be as independent, as self-reliant as my parents always wished for me to be. Lucky me, right?
You've been through a lot.
If anyone knows what I'm talking about, it must be you, eh, Teach? I get the feeling you know what it's like to be an outsider. The moment I first laid eyes on you, I knew you weren't like everyone else. People don't care for folks like that. You do well to watch your back. On the bright side, that's also part of the reason that I find you so interesting.
Oh, level B with Claude. So excited. I guess we get a break from instructions after that battle, huh? Sort of makes sense. Okay, lobby explored. I'm going to, let's see, any certifications we can do. Raphael can go intermediate now. Have you finished your class? I don't know. Sadia definitely has. See what I can do for her. Most likely a mage. Yeah. Enemies with high physical defense are no match for a mage who can send black magic at their will. Nice. Do it. She passed. Status bonus. Ooh, okay.
Perfect comprehension.
Good job. I'm not sure about Raphael. Let's check his status real quick. Tell me if... Okay, you mastered it. Cool. Let's update. What do you want him to do? Nothing is with his fist, which is sad. Not much chance of this. Strong and hardy. Not even a brigand. Brawler. Yeah. Brawl. That's it. Great for up close and personal encounters. This class fights using gauntlets. That's what you're gonna do, my friend. Come on, Raphael. Level up. You can pass it. I know it. Teach believes in you. That bonus. Okay.
Yeah! I passed!
You passed. You're gonna transform into that. Have fun with it. Okay, you... Everyone else needs to pretty much level up. You're almost there. Wonder how you need for advanced. Probably 20. Awesome. Okay, so let's just up our battalions, replenish them real quick before I forget. It's cheap, so it's not a big deal. Let me save. And we have that new B support. I want to see it's... Oh, no, I guess not. Oh, I gotta increase it. Is that it? Okay. Acedia.
Ah, so I see. If one were to combine this incantation method with the power of a crest, then in theory, it should...
Hey there. Still studying, are we? Isn't it past your bedtime?
Claude, I really don't appreciate you interrupting me right now.
But if you don't get your sleep, you're never gonna grow big and strong.
Uh-huh. The last thing I need is you fretting over me as though I'm some child. I'm only a few years younger than you know. Hardly worth noting. Furthermore, my grades in magic and basically every other subject are far higher than yours.
Whoa there. I'm not trying to treat you like a child, I promise. This is me treating you like a princess. Now, come along, princess. Brush your teeth and get yourself ready for bed. I could read you a story if that helps.
Ugh, the audacity. Whatever it is you think you're treating me like, it's unendingly annoying.
If a child and a princess are out, what's left? Should I treat you as a noble hero? Draw your sword, Lysithea. If you wish to continue studying, you must first defeat me in battle. Come now, face me like the hero of legend that you are.
I find myself speechless in the wake of your staggering ignorance. Now, please, leave me be.
Okay, I can take a hint. But in all seriousness, you shouldn't neglect your sleep. You'll fall ill if you push yourself too hard. Oh, and just so you know, I heard a rumor that this library is haunted. It's probably not true, right? Right. Anyhow, I'm off to bed. Good night.
You know, I am suddenly rather sleepy. Excuse me while I see myself out.
No matter how she tries to hide it, she's still a young girl at heart.
Oh, Claude. You want to get her to go to sleep or maybe kick her out the library for some other reason, but okay. Talk about ghosts and she's out of there. Oh, this too. Can't see how they hang out.
Lysithea, do you have a moment? There is a matter of significance I'd like to discuss with you.
I know you're always seeking the attention of ladies, but why are you wasting your breath on me?
Don't be silly. I want to discuss the future of the Alliance, to have a constructive and candid exchange of opinion.
I'm not so sure I'm the one being silly. Actually, I'm busy. Stuff to do.
Now, hold on just a moment. House Ordelia will never benefit from such a narrow-minded mentality.
I was under the impression you were interested in me as a person. What do house matters have to do with anything?
As it stands, the bonds between Alliance lords are quite weak. If this state of affairs persists, I'm afraid those bonds may dissolve entirely.
I couldn't care less.
House Ordelia may be small, but a small house is fettered by fewer obligations than a larger one. Apply yourselves actively in diplomacy, negotiate wisely, and you could do much to help maintain peace among the neighboring lords. The recognition of those lords would benefit your house immensely. To that end, why not start with me, the heir to House Gloucester? It couldn't hurt for us to become friends, could it?
Yes, of course, when the time comes. But right now, I'm quite busy. Maybe later. As it is, I'm studying magic for the benefit of the Alliance, and I would appreciate it if you left me to it.
Ah, I see. Then forgive the intrusion. I will take my leave of you for now. But if there is any way I can be of help to you or your house, I hope that you won't hesitate to ask. After all, as I'm sure you know, the future of the Alliance is my responsibility.
The future, he says. As though I have a future.
What was that about?